This year, for the first time since we established this prize, the Washington Institute went abroad in search of the person who we believe most merited our Scholar-Statesman Award. That is not because America's supply of potential honorees was exhausted after the 4 people who have earned our award in years past. Rather, it is simply because this year's honoree so fully and completely embodies the ideals and attributes that we celebrate in this award. First, he is a statesman. Not everyone understands what a true statesman is. Dean Acheson, who was normally a very wise man, once said, "The first requirement of a statesman is that he be dull." And on this, he was wrong. Our honoree is anything but dull. Indeed, no one has injected more energy, urgency, and vitality into his nation's politics than our honoree. Statesmanship, says the dictionary, is, quote, wisdom and skill in the management of public affairs. But it is so much more than that. Statesmanship is the ability to motivate, to inspire, to know where one wants to go, and to lead a people, a nation, a world community toward that goal. It requires the backbone to make difficult decisions, the insight to separate the urgent from the important, and the integrity, patience, and strength of conviction to bring governments, nations, and other leaders along for the journey. Our honoree is blessed with all these qualities. In Northern Ireland, he brokered an accord that replaced what the locals euphemistically called the Troubles with a longed-for peace. In Kosovo, his grit and determination helped protect thousands of innocents as he faced down a dictator. In Sierra Leone, his cool decision-making defended a fledgling democracy and gave the country hope for a peaceful future. In Iraq, his icy determination in the face of evil was born of a principled commitment to freedom, justice, and the requirements of our common security. And here in New York, in the terrible moments after 9/11, his comradeship with a wounded America raised our spirit, strengthened our resolve, and affirmed the truly special relationship with our cousins across the Atlantic. Since leaving office, our honoree has risen above national interests to embrace fully the mantle of international statesman. He does this, for example, through his tireless commitment to the cause of Middle East peace. As quartet representative to the peace process, he acts in the name of the often fractious global community to advance a practical goal: the creation of peaceful and productive Palestinian institutions that one day, in partnership with Israel, will serve as the backbone of an independent state. There is little glamour in the job. It is hard work, and it requires building trust among leaders who have little to spare. But unique among third-party actors in the Arab-Israeli dispute, our honoree has earned the confidence of both the Israeli and Palestinian leadership, a rare position indeed. To make progress in the peace process, as with making progress toward his other achievements at home and abroad, our honoree has drawn upon the other attribute we celebrate tonight: scholarship. Scholarship should not be trivialized as bookishness. Rather, scholarship is, at its core, a recognition of the importance of throwing off the reins of ideology and making hard, impartial, fact-based assessments of problems and how to solve them. It is the victory of reason over dogma, the courage to put wisdom over doctrine. Neither scholarship nor statesmanship necessarily conflicts with another quality we and our honoree deeply value: the power of faith. And here our honoree has reminded us, by creating an institution that carries on this ideal, that faith and progress can sustain and enrich the other. For that insight alone, he would have been a worthy recipient of this evening's award. Friends, when our chairman, Howard Berkowitz, executive director Rob Satloff, and I met with our honoree in Jerusalem last February to ask him to accept this award, I had the temerity of suggesting that our recent recipients, Henry Kissinger and Bill Clinton, were the warm-up to tonight's main event. It was an exaggeration, of course, but it did clinch the deal. And so I was told. And sometimes, as our guest knows better than most, clinching the deal is what it's all about. With great pride and pleasure, let me ask Howard, Rob Satloff, and Zach Schreiber, a member of our board of directors, to join me on the dais and ask all of you to rise and join me in honoring the 2010 recipient of the Washington Institute's Scholar-Statesman Award, the Right Honorable Tony Blair.
To Tony Blair, scholar and statesman, who through the powers of ideas was the moving force behind an historic transformation of his party, his country, and the world, who armed with the strength of his convictions has not only been unflinching in his view that evil anywhere is a threat to mankind everywhere, but who has had the courage to use the bully pulpit his position provided, as well as the blood and treasure his nation sacrificed to defeat the forces of evil time and again. Who, as the inheritor of a tradition generations old, infused the special relationship with the United States with renewed vigor, standing shoulder to shoulder with America to provide invaluable support, wise counsel, and firm partnership through some of the darkest moments in our history. Who, as a selfless pilgrim for peace, plays a critical role in helping Arabs and Israelis pivot from an era of conflict and bloodshed to a new era filled with the potential for a secure, prosperous, and lasting peace. Who, by recognizing the power of faith to captivate, to motivate, and to inspire, has infused his public life with a deep sense of compassion, a reverence for knowledge, and a consistent appeal to the better angels in all faith traditions, so that women and men around the world might rise above their basest instincts to embrace new ideas for the sake of the common good. And who, it is hoped, has only completed the early chapters of a life of statesmanship, scholarship, and service to the causes of peace, freedom, justice, and equality. In recognition of these qualities and attributes, we, the trustees and fellows of the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, take great pride in bestowing upon you our 2010 Scholar-Statesman Award.
It is my honor and privilege to present the 2010 Scholar-Statesmanship Award dinner to Prime Minister Tony Blair.